Today I'm with Mustafa Zeboon, and he is a 2026 mayoral candidate within the City of London. So we thank you so much for taking time to sit with us today. Um, and
Thank you
actually,
too.
we're going to get right into it this morning with our list of questions. So the first question that we have for you is to begin, please introduce yourself and tell our audience what inspired you to run for mayor of London and why you think now is the right time to lead the city.
Okay, well, first of all, my name is Mustafa Zeboon, and I'm running for mayor because I believe that London truly deserves better than the direction that we're heading in, and just too many residents are struggling with rising costs and growing homelessness. Like that's our top issue right now, and I feel like concerns about public safety need to be addressed better, and infrastructure needs to be done better. Like for example, the roads are being eaten up right now. That needs a lot of work. It isn't just like keeping our city's growth. It's just expanding out better and making London as good as it could possibly be. And I ran now because, well, I'm at the age for it now where I can actually run for mayor and I don't just watch from the sidelines writing emails into city staff and asking them to do this and that. I can actually go for it myself and make a change. So to go back, I would say I decided to run because I believe we can't keep accepting the same problems with using the same solutions over and over. Like London has incredible potential, but we need leadership that's willing to listen and act and be accountable. So I believe now is the right time to bring fresh ideas and a renewed focus on making the city more affordable, safer, and just better for the future.
Great. So just to expand a little bit on you mentioned that London's got some really good potential. What do you see as London's greatest strengths, and how are you going to build on them during your term?
One thing I really love about London, and I feel like it's our biggest strength, is the environment. It is called Forest City after all. We have trees everywhere. If you go abroad, you might see less trees than in this one city alone. So what I think we need to work on, or no, but we don't need to work on it because it's already good. So that aside, I think multiculturalism is also our greatest strength. Like we have various amounts of different cultural food. We have people from all walks of life and backgrounds here. So that's also another great strength. And I think our institutions actually, like for example, we're home to outstanding post-secondary education. We have Western, we have King's, and I believe hardworking residents truly care about their community. Like I don't think it's everyone for themselves. I think people genuinely care about their community. I've met some amazing people, some amazing community leaders, and they want to make a big difference. So my goal would probably be to build on those strengths by making London easier to invest in and just supporting local businesses and improving infrastructure, creating an environment where people can want to like live and work and raise a family and be proud of being from London.
Sure. So that really couples here with your top three priorities then. So we heard affordability. Do you want to just kind of do you want to expand on any of those priorities at all?
Yeah, bringing down costs basically. Like I would say if you can genuinely be happy with the work that you do, then that's good enough for most people, really. How many people do you really know are satisfied with their way of life right now? I mean, taxes are really high, income housing, like uh, jobs are at an all-time low in London, and by jobs I mean employment. Unemployment rate's really high right now. So more jobs, more affordability, more stability, stuff like that.
Okay. And then what are your top three priorities for your first year of your administration?
Okay, so first year would be accelerating infrastructure improvement. So like the roads, delaying and focusing on projects to actually improve roads and transit and neighborhood services, because then that makes it easier for us to get around as well. It makes it easier for people to get to work, to get to school, to get to home. And second would be making the city more affordable by reducing unnecessary spending and just improving efficiency at City Hall, exploring policies that increase housing supply while discouraging long-term vacant properties. And third would be definitely reducing the rampant homelessness, because I feel like that's the number one issue in London right now. So having safety nets so that people don't end up homeless in the first place. Basically, going to the core issues and trying to solve those.
Great. Great. So because London is such a diverse community and it is growing, how do you ensure that, or how would you ensure, sorry, that all residents from, various backgrounds feel heard and included in the decision-making process with the city?
Okay, so I think good leadership starts with listening, and I want City Hall to be more accessible and more transparent. like improving online engagement. Like, for example, I currently engage with people actively on social media. And although people tell me not to do that, I still think it's the better approach because I'm actually listening and I'm actually responding. And I feel like that's what makes a good leader. And probably make it easier for residents to just provide feedback before making major decisions. So, regardless of someone's background or whatnot, everyone deserves to know that their voice matters. And my responsibility as mayor would be to represent every Londoner.
Oh, that's great. Um, you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but you mentioned affordability and job generation because of the employment rate. Do you see any opportunities, or what opportunities do you see for attracting new businesses and jobs and investments? Well, we kind of support the local entrepreneurs as well.
Okay, so in my opinion, London is well positioned to attract advanced manufacturing and technology, healthcare, and like defense related industries, because that's pretty big in London. We need to streamline approvals and just reduce unnecessary red tape and just market London as one of or I wouldn't say Canada, but Ontario's best places to visit. And at the same time, we need to just support local businesses, support small businesses, local entrepreneurs, just create jobs and strengthen our community. So City Hall should be partnering and helping them succeed, not just being another obstacle. So, for example, on Instagram, I've started a mini series where we help local businesses put their name out there by showcasing what they do. And we have a video later today, actually, shouting out a small business.
Okay, yeah, I think I've seen a couple of them actually. Um, okay, so I guess even just to expand on that, you're looking to, you're giving shout outs to local businesses. Um, is there any kind of initiatives that you have that can champion to enhance the quality of life in London? Because most, residents are looking for a city that's safe and welcoming and, family friendly.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. So quality of life starts with safe neighborhoods. It starts with cleaning public spaces and, having reliable infrastructure and affordable housing. What I would focus on would be in like improving parks, maintaining roads, sidewalks, supporting community programs, addressing homelessness first and foremost, through practical solutions, and then ensuring families feel comfortable enjoying every part of the city. So it's right now this is low on my priority list, but I would like to have an amusement park at some point so that kids can enjoy their time here.
Okay, excellent. So then I guess to achieve those goals, what's your plan for working collaboratively with council members and community organizations? And of course, there's other levels of government as well that you would have to work with.
Okay, so I'm guessing you're asking how would I achieve my goals. Okay, the mayor can't accomplish everything on his own. So success requires collaboration. You have to work together. I would work respectfully with council members, like community leaders, organizations, businesses, provincial and federal partners to find practical solutions. Like even when we disagree, the focus should remain on what's best for London residents, not politics and ego wars.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. So if we kind of look ahead now, 10 years, what is your vision for London? What steps would you take, today or during your term to make that vision a reality?
Okay, so in 10 years, I want London to be known as one of Canada's most affordable, safest, and fastest growing mid-sized cities. To get there, we need responsible financial management. We need long-term infrastructure planning. We need like housing growth. We need stronger public safety and just policies that encourage investment, more or less. The decisions we make today will determine the future that the gener it will determine the future that generations will inherit.
Right. Okay. And actually you briefly brushed on this before, but you mentioned, now that you're of the age to be able to run for the mayor.
Mhm.
But what, role do you believe that youth and young professionals should play in shaping London's future? And how do you kind of encourage that civic engagement? Because you mentioned that you would
Yeah.
either,
So this one's
write
probably
an email
directed at
or
me then. Yeah, as like a youthful person myself, young people aren't just the future. Like the last part you said, we aren't just the future. We're a part of the present right here, right now.
Sure.
So we need to involve them more in the city's discussions through like youth adversary programs, partnerships with our colleges and universities. We should also create more opportunities for young entrepreneurs and encourage civic participation so that the next generation feels involved in London's future and not left out and just having only the old people making all the decisions. And I've
Sure.
stepped up to make that happen as well. Yeah.
That's great. So at the end of your term, what are the accomplishments that would make you feel that you had truly made a positive difference for the people of London?
Okay, so before even going into mayor, I had this idea that if the city wasn't better in 1 year, then I failed my job. So if at the end of my term, London is safer, more affordable, more efficient, and residents genuinely feel that City Hall is finally listening to them, I would consider that a success. I want people to look back and say that their quality of life improved and that it became easier to build a business, it became easier to raise a family, find housing, feel proud of the city that they call home. If I can leave London stronger than when I found it, stronger than when I ran, then I will have done my job well, and I will consider that a success.
Great. Great. So really, we really appreciate your time answering these questions. A lot of valuable information that you shared with us. Is there anything else that you would like to share? Do you have any engagement events that are coming up? Are you making any appearances anywhere? You can also direct our viewers to your socials as well, because it sounds like you're pretty active on social. So we would love for you to be able to share that.
Yeah, I'm most active on social media, so like Instagram, TikTok. I will be on Facebook soon. I have an event coming up on August 22nd called Summer Fun Day. It's going to be a big event. You can find more details on my website, and I will announce it soon on Instagram. So you're
Great.
you're hearing it first here.
Stay tuned.
Summer Fun Day, August 22nd.
Okay. And how do people get a hold of you right now if somebody wants to reach out? What's the best way?
Yeah, I respond to basically any socials and emails. So my email is zeboonformayor@gmail.com, Zebun for mayor at gmail.com, or you can reach me on Instagram. I respond pretty quickly on Instagram, and you can also reach out on TikTok as well,
Great.
or
Okay.
the inquiry section on my website. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yep. No problem. No, that's great. We really, again, we really appreciate your time on behalf of myself and the entire board of RRAI. A lot of great information shared, and we wish you the best of luck.